All right. I've talked about this before. And here I am. Shelley Luther, she's a salon owner, has openly defied, says she was going to defy it, and actively. Silly orders that basically say that she cannot remain open or that she cannot open for business. Now, some of you guys know, and you probably read it for those that aren't in Texas, that there are some sort of, we're starting to reopen, but we're not there yet. Only some businesses are able to open at 25% capacity. And unfortunately, people that do her, that's not them, right? So I want to be very clear about that. Now, before we go all the way in, there's some context that is needed. And I want you guys to watch this. We're going to first watch the judge and what he has to say.
That you now see the error of your ways and understand that the society cannot function where one's own belief in a concept of liberty permits you to flaunt your disdain for the rulings of duly elected officials. That you owe an apology to the elected officials whom you disrespect.
This punk bitch judge, right, is trying to paint the narrative that these elected officials are the ones that are somehow the victim here. Unbelievable.
But flagrantly ignoring and in one case defiling their orders, which you now know obviously apply to you. That you understand that the proper way in which in an ordered society to engage concerns
we live in a
society.
society. There it is.
To hire a lawyer and advocate for change, an exception or an amendment to laws that you find offensive. That you publicly state that this is the way that citizens in the state should behave. And that you represent to this court that you will today cease operation of your salon and not reopen until after further orders of the government permit you to do so.
The government permits you to do so.
This court will consider the payment of a fine in lieu of the incarceration which you've demonstrated that you have so clearly earned. Is there anything that you would like to say?
Basically, he's saying you can pay the money. It sounds like stay out of jail, and we'll call it quits. And this is what she had to say.
Judge, I would like to say that I have much respect for this court and laws, and that I've never been in this position before, and it's not someplace that I want to be. But I have to disagree with you, sir, when you say that I'm selfish, because feeding my kids is not selfish. I have hairstylists that are going hungry because they'd rather feed their kids. So, sir, if you think the law is more important than kids getting fed, then please go ahead with your decision, but I am not going to shut the salon.
And let me give a big shout out to her. Her name's Shelley. And what she's basically, she got a lot more balls than a lot of these other dudes, right? When she's like, nah, I'm not going there. Now this, before I go all the way in, let me mention this. Of course, the economic kickback is real. I've been talking about this shit for months, okay? For whatever reason, you have these idiots who advocate for this forced lockdown and don't seem to understand that the economy is interconnected, and they don't seem to understand that people's livelihoods are at stake here. 30-something million plus people have been put out of work. People's livelihood is absolutely at stake here. And they don't have a way to pay for whether it be bills, food, and so forth. A little bitch-ass $1,200. Some of them aren't eligible to get. It's not enough to cover what their expenses are. These are all real things. And I get that it's easy to sit as a politician, as a government worker, or what they deem as essential, and sit up and say, just stay at home, right? And that's so easy for your stupid ass to say. But you don't seem to understand that other people's livelihoods at stake. And now the data's out that all these tests have been ran, studies and such, that highlights that it was a fucking mistake in the first place, considering how it is very unlikely for the vast majority of people that they're ever going to be hospitalized from this or certainly die from this, right? The data's already out there. That's what it says. And he's still kicking the can down the road. So people's livelihoods are at stake, and now people are like, no more. We tried the job way. Nah, we got fuck that. So let me be clear. A lot of y'all had me fucked up, and you seem to think that because, I'm partnered with the Blaze now, I was going to tone it down. Wrong. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, you double down. That's how I always been. You thought me signing up, collaborating with some other people was gonna make me tone this shit down. Are you fucking crazy? So let me be clear. Again, fuck that hoe ass judge. He's a punk bitch. Trying to gear the conversation to where he and his colleagues, government workers, are somehow the fucking victims here. They always try to claim that you the selfish one, like, because they think they have monopoly on caring about people. Oh, God forbid you spread this disease to people that are already assuming the risk when they go to fucking Walmart and Home Depot. Apparently the Modelo virus doesn't work there. And everything that we've done long before this shit existed. People get viral pneumonia every year. There ain't no fucking... If it's not associated with influenza, there ain't no fucking vaccine, and we never shut the whole fucking world down for that. So fuck the judge, fuck the cops that are involved that are gonna handle this arrest. Fuck Dallas County judge, obviously, was Clay Jenkins. Fuck him, fuck the governor. I know he talked about rolling some shit out or slowly rolling it. Fuck him. It should have been if it's okay to reopen 2 weeks from now, it's okay to open now. So fuck every government worker, law enforcement officer, anybody that's involved in these sort of draconian laws in which you are fucking over people that have built businesses, man. And it's not just people that want to do her like her. It's not just them. There are so many people that have been deemed as non-essential. I know people that own gyms and stuff like that, small business owners that really know if they're going to be able to get on the other side of this. This is a little bitch ass, what do you call those? Your little small business loans that exhausted almost immediately. People getting furloughed and fired or having the furlough and fire so many different workers. Fuck every single government agent that is a part of this bullshit. Every last one of you. And I want to be as clear as day. If you a cop and you arrest this woman and you put her in jail and you enforce these laws, you a bitch ass nigga right along with them. The fact that we've even gotten to this point and there's people defending this shit is what gets me. Fuck every last one of y'all that is a part of that judge, all of yous. Unbelievable. People voluntarily want to assume the risk. They've analyzed it. The data's out there. And instead of making the adjustments, you were so quick to shut everything down, and now you got to do everything all slow when you want to reopen shit up because the data's out there and it highlights that, well, the hospitals ain't getting overwhelmed, right? The hospitals are not getting overwhelmed. In fact, they're the ones, they're furloughing workers and shit too, right? The hospital, that was the whole point of the whole flatten the curve. Well, the hospitals ain't getting overwhelmed, right? The data's out there. The shit's spread. It's very, very contagious. So many people that got it don't know it. Hell, was reading it was 373 workers out of Missouri. Some working at some meat plant or some shit. Working at some meat plant. 370 of them got it. All of them were asymptomatic. The ones that had it didn't even know they had shit. Here we are. And people's livelihoods is at stake. And you got people that are guaranteed checks telling everybody else to stay home. And then people that work for the government act like they the ones the victim. Nah, you are the aggressor here, man. You are the aggressor. That's you. It's on you because you ain't got to do this. You ain't got to do this shit. You don't have to do that. But you do it anyway, because you're a bitch. Everybody that's a part of that. Every last one of you.